Okay, so what would be required to save democracy? Absolutely nobody's going to like this video, but here are the answers that the authors of How Democracies Die recommend. Democracies don't die the way they used to, with military taking it over in a big brouhaha and everybody realizing that they're now in a dictatorship. Democracies now die inch by inch, hollowed out from within. Would-be dictators are now usually elected into power fairly and then work to gut the entire system from within by doing things like stacking the courts with loyalists who will rule in their favor, making sure that the media is harassed into silence, and things like that. What holds democracies together are democratic norms in addition to checks and balances. The two democratic norms that are now gone in American society that helped it stay healthy in the 20th century are mutual tolerance and forbearance. Mutual tolerance means that you see the opposing party as legitimate. You may not like what they believe, you may feel angry or upset when they win, but you do not see them getting elected as a catastrophe. You recognize them as legitimate fellow citizens who simply have a difference of opinion than you. Republicans stopped doing this in the 90s. This level of animosity has spread to the Democrats viewing Republicans as well. So the other democratic norm is forbearance, which means when people are elected into positions of power, they don't then use that position to just take as much power as possible by any means necessary. So this went out the window at least post 2008, and the way that the Republicans just refused to work with Obama at all and just pursued a scorched earth, nothing the other party wants is going to get by. Democracies require compromise, and the Republicans refuse to compromise now. There are two ways that this can be addressed at the elite level. First, elites can decide that these divisions in society that they've created are not solvable, but that they at their level can work together to cooperate to find some sort of solution. Unfortunately, they point out that this usually does not happen unless that society has suffered some sort of national trauma, such as a brutal dictatorship in Chile or as a civil war in Spain. The other thing that they could do is to work to reduce polarization, reduce partisanship. They say that the reason we have such bad polarization right now is because of changing racial and religious demographics and also horrendous income inequality. People can deal with countries changing a lot easier when they're not scrambling for basic necessities to be covered, because guess what? That makes people resentful. That makes people angry. I don't know about you, but I'm angry. They say that the Republican Party has to be reformed or refounded outright so that extremists are removed from their positions of power. This isn't without precedents, such as in West Germany after the fall of the Third Reich, but again, national trauma. They say Democrats could start addressing inequality and maybe trying to get through things that actually helped regular-ass people. Democrats have been equally as neoliberal as Republicans and should stop. For regular citizens, they recommend working from within democratic structures to maintain legitimacy in the eyes of moderates and to sort of take back the institutions through coalitions. And that doesn't mean coalitions with people who think just like you, but actually with people you disagree with, people who are enemies of you. You need to build coalitions with them. And through peaceful protests. I don't know how much water that one holds anymore. But yeah, essentially what they say is we got to bring back mutual toleration and forbearance and extend these democratic norms to cover all of society. And if you want to help participate in that, get involved in your local elections, get involved on your school boards. That's what Republican extremists are doing, and they are winning. Also invest in your community, get to know your neighbors, do mutual aid, learn a first aid class. These are things that we should all be doing. These are hard, big, systemic problems, and they will require hard, big, systemic answers.